So this is an example of how price moves through a weekly time frame. This gray box is the previous week, so week 7, and I've just boxed up week 7 and drug it over to week 9 so that we can see what week 8 will do inside this frame, this time frame. So price will move down to this support, back up, follow this kind of wedge on this lower time frame between a 4-hour and a 1-hour time frame, backed by this weekly, and this is a 15-minute support, but it's going to turn into a 1-hour origin level where trend would originate. So there will be 2 1-hour trends forming right here with a weekly time frame. We'll play it through. This is a good example of how price will move through the weekly time frame. It'll hit this is a daily red trend, and then another 4-hour level, and as it leaves the weekly high and out of the weekly box from week 8, week 9, week 10, and into the monthly time frame. It's just kind of how price action works through fractal time frames. This is a 15-minute time frame chart of gold futures, and I posted it on February 13th. So it will demonstrate or show how price will move, finish through this daily time frame, and then move through this higher time frame. The 4 hours orange and the 1 hours are yellow. So this is a 15-minute time frame view of price action moving through the month of February. You can see price being held down by that 4-hour time frame, and once it broke over it, it came back down and did a classic retest, and then lift off and blasted up over the 4-hour origin that was keeping it down, a backside level which was acting as resistance, and it went right up to the next 4-hour resistance level, an inverted front side, which is notorious for trying to create another trend, a reversal. Those front side levels, inverted front side or just regular front side levels, they create trends. So after the test, we see a trend was created and respected. So then we get that little battle between the people buying up and the sellers coming down, another wedge forming. And that'll pretty much conclude the month of February. You see right at the end of the month of February, the buyers broke above that resistance level, and again just fueled the move up, breakout traders. So that was a 15-minute time frame view of the month of February. This is WMTX week 7. The gray box here is week 7, and the pink lines are monthly lines, and we're going to move from the week 7 and into the monthly and yearly time frame TA. We see that price through week 7 was held down by the weekly median, and this 4-hour accumulation trend was supporting it. It broke that and went down to the monthly median. This pink box is the monthly time frame high, median, and low, and kind of hung out around the daily time frame front side. Front side level tries to create a trend. We see a trend was created, but once it couldn't hold, it fell down. So once the trend broke, it came down to the daily time frame trend, which held it up, pushing price back over the daily front side. candle and up to the daily backside candle, which is acting as resistance right now. It's interesting to see the price push clear up to the yearly time frame here and then back down to get kept by that daily time frame. After a few tests like that, the daily time frame now has a weekly strength to it. So that's WMTX. This is MCL February 2026 on a 1 hour time frame chart. The red box is a daily time frame, so February 20th, and the yellow lines are hourly time frame levels. The orange lines are 4 hour time frame. The gray is weekly. Pink is monthly. We're going to see how price moved out of the daily time frame, came up, was resisted by those 1 hour time frame levels again, and then created a distribution trend to the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame level then boosted price back up to the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame then took over, bouncing in between those. And here's another weekly time frame level. It kind of used that as support after it broke above it. And that's where we're sitting with oil. Need to redo the chart. This is XRP, a day chart that was posted on January 30th. The black lines are yearly levels. The gray lines are weekly levels. The red lines are daily levels. And by daily, weekly, or yearly levels, I mean time frame analysis, multiple time frames. You see that prices moved from the yearly time frame, kind of came down here. That's a 4 hour level that's not marked. It kind of just is bouncing around between these time frames here. Once it can get out of this yearly time frame, we'll probably see prices come back up to 240. If prices fail this weekly trend, then we'll see prices dip down to the 94-cent range. Let's pull up the other one. Oh, this is also a daily time frame. So we can see that this daily time frame price moved between these weekly and daily time frames down to the monthly, out of the yearly, and then following this weekly trend up, held down by that monthly time frame. So I imagine that once price reaches $1.37 again, hopefully it acts as support and then boosts it back up here to the $1.91 range. It is possible though that this candle on Sunday the 15th of March, if price stays below that, it could come back down to the dollar range, 95-cent range.